my fellow YouTubers. This is MagnaMoRo, and I am back with another video that I believe you'll enjoy. This one is thanks to the bouncer that was created by mjones7947 on YouTube. And so what I'd like to demonstrate is that this one, I believe, proves over unity. What I have here is a model of mjones7947's bouncer, except that I've lightened it up by just having the lightest possible frame with a pendulum. And what I have here is it's going to move these gears that I've created. It'll be directly driving this gear, and this gear is in turn connected to this gear to make this gear act like a flywheel. So what we'll do is we'll take a look, zoom in here, and this has a motor, and we'll take a look at that motor and see that we can turn it on here, and notice that it's set for 21. 600 RPM, 21. Turn it on. So it's on. And I made a little table here to use the cube that I'm going to hold on to start the motor rotating, or start the pendulum rotating. So it's off. And what you'll notice is it begins to act on the gears. And slowly but surely you'll see this flywheel pick up speed as the energy goes into these gears, to this gear system. So we'll give that just a few moments to speed up. We'll zoom in and see how my crude gear pusher works. This is just crude. I've done this in Phun. Nevertheless, it serves the purpose. So it begins pushing those gears, and if I zoom out over here, you can see that that flywheel is beginning to turn. So to make these gears heavy, I've simulated them out of gold. So they're pretty big compared to the bouncer here, the bouncer model. So you'll notice I have another little gear here, and it too has a motor in it. So this is where we're going to prove over unity. We'll click on this motor here and come over and turn it on. So now that motor's on, and notice what the setting is. 600 RPM, and it's set at 140. Compare that with the 21 that the motor swinging the pendulum is at. And you'll notice that it is still, although it's trying to turn this way, it's still being forced back in the other direction. Now, to prove that it is capable of turning these gears in the other direction, I'm going to increase the energy output to that, and watch what happens. See how much it takes to get it to go back in the other direction. It's set on 370 now. Still being forced in the other direction. See if I can get it to stop. There, it stopped almost. Now it stopped and it's just turning in the other direction. Over 600 it was at. Let's turn it back down to about 120 and see what happens. Right there, it's at pretty much a standstill. The bouncer's hard at work trying to push that gear down while this one's trying to pull it up. At what point will the bouncer begin to move it? It's down to 80. And it is moving it. You'll see that flywheel is turning. So this gear is being pushed down. So that is proof of overunity in my book. This motor here, trying to turn the gears in one direction, set on a power output of 80 there, while this motor here is set on 21, swinging that pendulum. So energy in on the pendulum is much less than the energy fighting against the gears turning, or at this point of the bouncer. The bouncer is indeed continuing to push those gears down. And just for proof that this motor is capable of spinning those gears in the other direction, let's just do it. Let's turn it up till it rotates in the other direction. And there it goes. 2,000 there, turning. Turning down now. You'll see what happens with the bouncer as it fights. Right now it's slowing down that flywheel. Eventually that flywheel will spin in the other direction. Flywheel is slowing down while that motor's set on 60. And now the flywheel is turning in the other direction. So there's quite a bit of energy coming out of that bouncer, pushing those gears down. I believe that is proof of overunity. I hope you've enjoyed this video.